It is Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for viewing my video. As always, please like and subscribe. I sincerely appreciate that. In this video, I'm going to review 3 jazz albums from 3 piano playing legit jazz legends. You definitely want to watch this video. One, I'm over the top enthusiastic about one of these records. I'll get to that in this video. I think it's the second record I review in this video, but all of them are sensational albums. So I can't wait to review these records in front of an audience. It's pretty cool to do these videos. If you notice, if those of you used to watch my videos, there's normally 2 speakers sitting on in back of me. There's a bigger bass unit and a mid-range and a tweeter unit sitting on top of the bass unit. I was sitting at and you notice they're out of the room, but I was sitting at Disneyland with my wife just chilling on a bench. I said, this just came to me. I said, it's cool to get those speakers out of my room, move them just to free up some space. And she suggested put them in our bedroom closet. Our bedroom closet is very long and wide. She said, just put them in back, there's space there. I said, no, I don't want to monopolize that space. She said, just go ahead and do it. So those wheels are the speakers are on casters or wheels. So I just moved them to the bedroom closet. They sit neatly in the back of the closet. I have more space in my music room, thanks to my wife. So I'm ready to get down with these videos. But anyway, I'm going to start with this one. This is Thelonious Monk, an album that was recorded, I believe, in 1958 and released in 1958. This is a hard bop album, a live album recorded in 1958 at the 5-Spot Cafe in New York City. It's called Maestro. Thelonious Monk, Maestro. This is just a card. This is a front, and this is the back. It is not an album cover. This is part of a set. I think there's 7 records in this set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 records in the set that was issued by Analog Productions Acoustic Sounds. However, they also released albums as single albums, and those obviously come in covers. I just thought I would buy the complete set in one set. But this album, again, it's a live album. Thelonious Monk piano, Johnny Griffin tenor sax. I'm going to have a lot to say about Johnny Griffin on this recording. Ahmed Abdul Malik bass, Roy Haynes drums. And what an awesome performance this is by Thelonious Monk in this great quartet. I believe for the most part, Thelonious Monk was in the right speaker. Johnny Griffin was in the left speaker. And I forgot which musician. I think the drums and the bass, one was in the left speaker, one was in the right speaker. So you had that, strict left and right recording mix going on. However, there was ambiance, echo, and delay emanating from Thelonious Monk coming from the right speaker. At times it was very expansive, and so was Johnny Griffin and his tenor sax. From the left speaker, perhaps it would emanate a little bit, beyond to the right of the left speaker. But it was a very detailed, a very beautiful, very nice recording by Thelonious Monk. You can hear just the details of the instruments, even though I thought that the stereo image could have been more expansive, but you could still hear the detail of Thelonious Monk's piano, Johnny Griffin on tenor sax. This album, Maestro, in my opinion, easily could have been a Johnny Griffin record. Johnny Griffin, really, the way he was jamming on a record, they could have sold that as a Johnny Griffin record, because he was just tremendous. I think he was probably the best soloist on that record, Johnny Griffin, on tenor sax. He was just tremendous around the left speaker. It was prime Johnny Griffin, as far as I'm concerned, prime Thelonious Monk, a beautiful hard bop performance. One I highly recommend you listen to. The sound and performance, I'm giving 9s. I just wish the stereo image was more expansive in between the speakers. But you can really hear the detail of the piano of Thelonious Monk and Johnny Griffin on tenor sax. It was just an awesome listening experience, other than the stereo image not being as more expansive as I would like. But the detail of the instruments was recorded in an awesome manner. I think Orrin Keep News was the producer of this one, I believe. And I'll show you the label as well. Yeah, in that box, the Analog Production Acoustic Sound box, like I said, you have a card for each album, not a cover. You get the cover, you have to buy them individually. And the records are in sleeves. And this is a stereo version of the record that I reviewed for this album. I mean, I reviewed for this video, I should say. And it sounds quite nice. 9 in performance, 9 in sound. I really thoroughly enjoyed that particular record. The next record, and again, I'm going to review a total of 3 records in this video, 3 jazz piano legends. This is the second one, and the one I'm most enthusiastic about in terms of conveying to the audience, because I enjoyed this one the most. I was thoroughly surprised at the sound quality and the performance level. Countdown, Time in Outer Space, a Dave Brubeck quartet. This album was made in tribute to John Glenn, American astronaut. He orbited the Earth, the first American to orbit the Earth. I think the first astronaut to orbit the Earth, I think it was a cosmonaut, a Russian cosmonaut, if I recall. I got to go back and check that. But this was recorded in 1961, released in 1962, and it is a spectacular, over-the-top performance. You have Dave Brubeck piano, Eugene Wright bass, Paul Desmond alto sax, Joe Morello is jamming on this record. The first song, check out the first song and turn up the volume, how you hear like the pounding of the drums. The name of the song is Countdown, and it appropriately actually describes almost like the countdown of a spaceship about to take off. I'll show you the song listing on the back of the record. Again, this is a mono record. This is a Columbia 6i record, not a reissue version of the record. I'll show you the label. And this is the one with the CBS on top. Then this is mono as well. I have to tell you this is mono. That's very important. I get to the reason why I wish I could get the stereo version in a second. But the mono version of this record, you can hear, especially when you listen on a mono cartridge, you can hear the detail of Eugene's bass. It sounds like a real bass. The delicate touch and the genuine feel of Dave Brubeck on piano, the realism of Paul Desmond on alto sax, and the dynamic play of Joe Morello on this record. In mono, this sounds simply sensational. The sound field or the sound stage for a mono record is wider than normal on this particular mono record. There's a song, like I say, Countdown, check that out. And just listen to the album all the way through and hear the great solos of Dave Brubeck, or Paul Desmond, or Joe Morello. Joe Morello, there's a song on here called Castilian Drums. I'm probably mispronouncing that name. And Joe Morello is tremendous on drums on that particular song. This is a highly recommended album. One I highly recommend. I think I read on the internet it was recorded, at least some of the songs were recorded during the same session of the Time Further Out album that I read. I read that on the internet. But as a mono record, this is spectacular. It is a masterclass in terms of, as far as I'm concerned, what a mono record should sound like. That has me intrigued in terms of what the stereo version sounds like, because I have the Dave Brubeck Time Out album. I have the Classic Records version of the album. I have a close to original pressing album. It's not original pressing, but it's close to original pressing. And I have the Analog Productions Acoustic Sounds 45 RPM version of the record. And they sound sensational. How you have here on the song Take 5, how you hear Joe Morello, how he's in the left speaker, and you hear the echo and delay and the ambience almost go like to the center of the soundstage on the stereo version of the Time Out record. And like I said, that Joe Morello performance is on the song Take 5, if I misspoke when I first mentioned that. But like I said, you hear his drum emanate from the left speaker all the way to the center of the soundstage. So I'm very intrigued, based on the quality of the recording of the stereo version of Time Out, how this awesome sounding record of mono sounds in stereo. Because this is a spectacular mono record, no doubt about it. So this is on my to-get list, the stereo version of this record. I wish they would do, Analog Productions Acoustic Sounds, do a 45 RPM version of this record, a high quality 45 RPM version of this record. I'm not necessarily talking about a UHQR. For those of you who are not into 45 RPM, cool. Do a high quality 33 1/3 version of this record, because it deserves it. In the worst way, as far as I'm concerned, because this is an underrated record, a spectacular record. Does great, is a great tribute to John Glenn, who went on to become an American senator, a politician, as well as an astronaut. He's an American hero as far as I'm concerned. 9.5 on sound, 9.5 on performance, to me is close to being on par with Time Out. I thoroughly enjoy this from song 1 to the last song. And hearing those drums, Joe Morello on drums on the song, like I said, Countdown, and Castilian drums. Dave Brubeck just jamming on alto sax. You can hear the detail of Eugene Wright bass, and you can hear like the fine detail of Dave Brubeck on piano. I highly recommend that record, that you listen to it. Sounds spectacular mono. Like I said, I'm intrigued for the stereo version. I got to get that as soon as I can. Sound of 9.5, performance of 9.5, a legit spectacular record. The last one I'm going to briefly talk about was issued in 1981. It's Bill Evans, You Must Believe in Spring. You Must Believe in Spring is the name of the album. This is the original copy. This is a promo version of the record. I know, gosh, as of the posting date of this video, this is reissued, this record. This has Bill Evans piano, Eddie Gomez's bass, Elliot Zygmunt drums. This album was released a year after Bill Evans passed away in 1980. Bill Evans passed away in 1980. This was released in 1981, recorded in 1977, if I recall. This really highlights, again, the beauty of the piano playing and the performance of Bill Evans. Eddie Gomez, this was his last performance with Bill Evans. He went on to his own projects at that time. After that, I think this is the first record Bill Evans did on Warner Brothers Records, I should say. And this was one of those sessions where I was just sitting like this, still, just listening to just the beauty of his play and the cohesiveness of this spectacular trio. And it was recorded very well. Bill Evans' piano was very expansive. I believe Eddie Gomez was in between the center of the sound stage and the left speaker. And Elliot Zygmunt primarily was in the left speaker, but you can hear occasionally his drums and his cymbal in the right speaker as well. And it was a nice mix, a nice spread, a beautiful detailed recording, a nice recording of Bill Evans, and it really captured his piano playing at the time spectacularly. I highly recommend you listen to this great Bill Evans album, this very nice recording. Like I said, I think this was reissued a year or two ago as of the posting date of this video. Album you should definitely check out by Bill Evans. A beautiful album, a beautiful jazz performance, 9 in sound, a 9 in performance. Bill Evans, You Must Believe in Spring. I highly recommend that. But the one I recommend the most out of the three, Countdown. Time in Outer Space, the Dave Brubeck Quartet. I highly recommend you listen to this album. That's the one I got more. Sometimes I'm sitting in this listening room and I'm getting pumped up about this music like I'm watching a sporting event. Those of you who are fans of not fans, who are follow my channel, know I'm a bigger sports fan than music fan. I just am. But that album, I was just pumped up like I was listening to the Super Bowl, that Dave Brubeck album. Definitely check that one out. If you have any of those three albums, leave your comments in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that as well. Again, there's a PayPal donation link in the description section of my video. If you want to donate to my channel and help me buy new records, that would be cool. And also there's some Amazon affiliate links in the description below with some products to sell. Check them out. Even if you don't buy those products, and go through those links and buy something you truly want to buy, go through those links and make the purchase, because I also get a commission for that sale as well. Those funds will help me buy records in the future, keep my channel going forward. The Amazon affiliate deal is a deal where I get a commission on those sales. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for viewing my video. God bless, strong love, and as always, more important than music. This is more important than music. Keep the peace worldwide.